Hey, how's it going, everyone? This is Coach JC. Everyone gather around. Should be a good one today. Today's topic is being lonely is better than being in a relationship or marriage and still feeling lonely. A lot of times we get into relationships, get into marriages. A lot of times we want to still want to fill that void or want someone to fill that position, but you got to realize you by yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. It's better to be alone by yourself than to be in a marriage, be in a relationship, still feeling lonely, still feeling inadequate, still feeling like you're not giving enough or not giving enough attention. So, like I said, the those of y'all that are single, y'all might be, going through the motions, like, man, when I'm gonna find, a wife, I'm gonna find my husband and stuff like that. Like, just be patient, just be patient. Like I said, better to get the situation rectified before you do cross the line to marriage or into a serious relationship. Because, like I said, you get into marriage, for me, like I said, there's no turning back. There's no one foot in, one foot out. Like I said, so you have to make sure that you're all in or you're all the way out. There's no in between. There's no f ends or buts. So many people, like I said, they get into marriage for the wrong reason. It could be for money. It could be for sex, could be for status, could be for resources, everything. This is not just women, it's men too. You know what I mean? So you gotta be really just cautious, be very aware when you're out there dating. Really take your time and to know this person inside and out. You gotta do, your background check. You gotta be the CEO. You know what I mean? Because, like I said, this is like you the CEO of your company. You got your own business, and you're hiring people to work under you. You got to make sure they're faithful, make sure that they committed to the mission, committed to the vision. And like I said, you out there dating somebody who's not committed all the way. They got one foot in, one foot out. They constantly cheating, constantly manipulating, constantly got their guards up, and they don't have they don't have no wiggle room. They're not willing to grow, they're not willing to adapt, they're not willing to be flexible, not really to be there with you when you're up, when you're down, you're in your sad moments, your highs and lows, then another person for you. So you gotta be very cautious, be very aware of when you're out there dating. You know what I mean? Because it's not easy. They usually go out there and date. You know what I mean? Like I said, a lot of people they think they can go out here and date this person, date that person. Then they get up there, get to a relationship, they get married, and they're like, man, like they lose their whole identity. Like, they be, let's say no 2, 3 years into it, they get divorced. Like, man, I lost my whole self in that marriage, I lost my whole self in that relationship because guess what? They didn't have that foundation. They didn't set that foundation, that principle in the beginning. They didn't know who they was. So that's why it's always important to know who you are and how your negotiables, non-negotiables when you're out there dating. You know what I mean? You gotta know, have self-love, self-compassion for yourself. Um, but you out there, go out there and love. Have somebody love on you because you don't love yourself. You don't love being by yourself. You don't love, like I said, going to the park by yourself, going to the movies by yourself, exercising by yourself, reading by yourself, watching TV by yourself, cooking by yourself. You don't like doing all that by yourself naturally, and you expect somebody to come in and naturally fill that void. Like, they might fill a void, but like I said, they're not communicating with you, arguing with you, fussing at you, delivering you, feel like you're blessed in a person, then that can work something out. You're miserable within your marriage, your relationship. So you gotta make sure you get this stuff rectified early in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, for me too. Like I said, I made sure everything was, you know, okay in the beginning. I asked questions, sat down with my wife, with her father. We started asking questions, he get the questions of me, questions them. And we just spent time, and like I said, before I made that commitment, I was like, this is what God has pushed me towards. Kind of got everything ins and out on both sides. I feel like this is the one for me. So you gotta be really cautious, be very aware when you're out there dating, because like I said, there is no turning back. None of that, you know what I mean? Because that's embarrassing when you go to, you know, different events and like, oh, what happened to your husband? What happened to your wife? It's like, oh, well, this will happen, and then you're not together. So definitely not a fun, pleasant experience to go through. But like I said, try to get it right the first time, and getting it right first time is doing your due diligence. The first first conversation, the first meetup, Be serious, be upfront with your intentions. Like I said, you want serious relationship, you want relationship, situationship, whatever you want, in out situation. Be upfront and know yourself. Not everybody look for relationship. Not everybody just looking for one night stands. We were looking for a long-term committed relationship. That's what you gotta look for. You know what I'm saying? So it's all. So it really it is stuff out here to date. You know what I mean? I didn't blessed and fortunate to be married the past 5 years, going to the 6th year in September. So just, stay prayed up. Like I said, it's not easy, but like I said, I have a lot of faith in everybody because it's a journey, going from the dating phase, relationship phase, then you're married, so it's settling down, kids together, so it's a lot. But yeah, that's all I really got to say. Make sure you have self-love, compassion for yourself, others, and that's all I really have to say for this video. Make sure you check out my YouTube channel, Coach JC, and like, share, subscribe to this channel. Until next time out, Coach JC.